Agency satellite forced to dodge SpaceX mega Constellation, which is orbiting our Earth. Tom Fish of Express UK reports Elon Musk's SpaceX Starlink Constellation was on a collision course with a European Space Agency ESA satellite prior to performing its first ever collision avoidance maneuver. This is what has been revealed. So you can imagine what will be going on above our heads because of all these objects, space objects, orbiting our Earth. The European Space Agency satellite was on a collision course with SpaceX Starlink Constellation. SpaceX Starlink consists of a vast number of internet satellites launched into space by Elon Musk this year. He plans on putting up 12,000 in all, and his other two companies putting up another that much. Over 20,000 of them will be orbiting our planet. Now, SpaceX consists of a vast number of internet satellites launched by Elon Musk. Without the maneuver, the satellites could have collided high above our Earth. This is what ESA warns. But such moves might not be possible in the future. This is what it reveals. As much more constellations arrive in space, the danger will be significantly increased and will not be able to be solved by maneuvering out of the way, because then you'll be colliding with other ones. Now, the last-minute maneuver occurred after space detritus experts discovered that there was a high risk of collision between these two active satellites. ESA discovered it would be safer for the airless ESA satellite to increase its altitude, allowing it to fly over the dangerous constellation. ALIS then fired its thrusters about half an orbit away from the potential collision. Soon after they had been calculated to potentially crash, the satellite beamed back data to reassure engineers a collision had been avoided. The European Space Agency believes such maneuvers are currently very rare between active satellites. Satellites have only previously had to move out of the path of old satellites or fragments from previous collisions. But the space agencies, including ESA, have repeatedly been warning that mega constellations such as those sent into space by SpaceX Starlink will pose a drastically increased danger. Those constellations are purportedly by SpaceX to feature thousands of satellites, where when there is such a high degree of danger, it will become nearly impossible for engineers to spot potential collisions and then move satellites out of the way of danger. Instead, ESA plans to make this process automatic, relying on artificial intelligence to move satellites out of danger. Now, hopefully, they won't be acting as the auto drive on the someone's cars, as you know, which don't work very well at all. Now, according to Hogler Cragg, head of Space Debris Office at ESA, the risk of collision between two satellites is 1 in 1,000, 10 times higher than the threshold that requires a collision avoidance maneuver. But despite ALOS occupying this region of space 9 months before Starlink 44, SpaceX declined to move their satellite after the two were alerted of the impact risk by the U.S. military, who monitor space traffic. So why did SpaceX not want to move when it came in later? Who knows? We're going to start having problems like that. Too much traffic is going to be up there. Mr. Cragg claims SpaceX informed them via email the first contact that had been made with SpaceX, despite repeated attempts by his team to get in touch with since Starlink launched, and he said it was at least clear who had to react. So we decided to react because the collision was close to 1 in 1,000, which was 10 times higher than our threshold. I don't know. You're going to have some kind of the law of the sea up there. Who has the right of way? Who has the right to, or the obligation to move? You know, things like that. This is another world starting up there. There's going to be so much traffic. I'll leave links below for you for this on Express UK. If you'd like to join me on my Patreon account, you will hear content not covered by mainstream media. These riveting stories will be based on my research, and I will state my opinions and give my personal insight on diverse and controversial subjects and world events not covered by mainstream media, and not supported by YouTube guidelines. So whatever I have on my Patreon, most of those will not be on my YouTube channel. Please consider becoming a member today. More of the most significant and important videos will be on my Patreon channel. Your support helps me to continue my research and keeps this YouTube channel alive. And we depend on your support, your generous charity, because we help economically challenged families here in Athens, Greece, in Kapota, and we also help the young generation with university tuition and the community around our church. Thank you.